Well, first of all, really proud of our two seniors, Scotty and Mook. I thought both of them were absolutely huge tonight for us getting the win, and that's really what you hope on a senior night is that obviously you win the game first, but you hope that the two seniors play well, and so they can go out and feeling good about themselves. And we don't win that game without either one of them, so I was really pleased with them. Obviously, Scotty hit some huge shots for us when we needed it. Mook comes in with 11 rebounds, some really big crunch time rebounds down at the other end. So I was really proud of them and proud of keeping their composure. And Eastern came in with a game plan to cut the game in half and slow it down. And to be honest with you, I've kind of been waiting for a team to maybe throw that at us. As a staff, we've kind of thought some team's going to do it to us, and they did it tonight. It was a good game plan. They kept them in the game. But I thought, on a night like that, and a night when we weren't playing our best offense, I thought our defense really carried us. And we got some critical stops down the end and critical rebounds. And that's what good teams got to do. When you're not playing your best offense, defense has got to win games for you. And defense and rebound won the game for us today.
You think their tactic of slowing it down, your players may have wanted to rush it to get back into a
little bit? Yeah, I think that's human nature. We wanted them to attack. We wanted to attack when we got stops, and I thought we were just a little bit, almost playing too fast, too frantic to hurry up and try to score. And then we missed a lot of open shots. Gosh almighty, we missed open shot after open shot. But I think the way the game was being played, it made us speed up a little bit. And I think that's all it was. I'll take those shots that we got every night out. And we're going to make those shots. But I think the game kind of dictated that.
What were you thinking on that last play? Scotty and Mook are coming down. It looked like Mook really wanted the lob there for the dunk.
Yeah, I'd been fine. I was fine with it. Scotty, thought we'd just hold the ball. That's fine. Whatever decision he makes is a good decision. But I would have been fine if he'd have thrown it up. It's only an 8-point game or whatever. But it's all right. He didn't. So
it gives you a chance there to call a timeout and get them some recognition.
Yeah, I wanted to get him out of the game, and obviously let the crowd appreciate it a little bit. So it worked out. Good.
Coach, do you ever think, on the way this new league is, that you'd win 18 conference games and still finish a game out at first?
If you had told me that back in October, that we'd be 18-2 and wouldn't have won the league, I'm shocked. Our kids have had a phenomenal season. No matter what you say, they have. 18-2 is, how many teams are 18-2 in the league right now across the country? It's tough because you got to give Montana some credit. I mean, they held serve. They did what they had to do. So, but it doesn't take away the fact of the kind of season our kids have. 18-2 is going to be some kind of school record, and I don't know what's our overall record? 24-5. I mean, I'm not going to let the fact that we didn't win the outright championship.
No, I didn't mean it.
No, I know you did. No, I know Marty did. But it is. It's a little weird, But again, you got to take your hat off to Montana. They did what they needed to do. We put some pressure on them, and they held up. So they got a good basketball team. There's a reason they were picked first, and they held up to their end. So, but I'm really proud. We're really proud of what these kids have done during the regular season. Back in the summer, back in early fall, I've told you guys this. I was really concerned that we had any leadership. We lost all of our leadership. I was concerned that we didn't have much toughness. I was concerned that I'm not sure we had any kind of togetherness. It scared the hell out of me. And we lose the 6th pick in the draft. We lose two other key leaders, even though they were hurt last year, Mahoney and Bullinger. But from a leadership standpoint, and then you lose the 6th pick in the draft, that's a hell of a lot to lose. And any program that loses the 6th pick in the draft, it's gonna ding you. But at the Big Sky level, that's a whole different deal. So looking at all that, and when these guys started to come together, and the work they put in, and the togetherness they've shown, and how much they invested into our program and each other, when I wasn't sure we had any of that, I'm really proud of them. I really am. and we put them through some tough things, and they just kept fighting and scratching, and they were bound and determined to try to be a great basketball team. And I really believe they're a great basketball team.
Eastern Washington then cut it down to 1, and then Scotty went to that signature step back move twice. As far as stretches this season, that for me personally, that's the best that I've seen Scott play with the pressure on the line like that. Would you expect anything less from him in his last game here?
God bless him. I mean, no, I wouldn't. I tell you, Scotty has grown up so much this year. His maturity level's gone through the roof. He invested into his team. He took everything away from himself, and he's totally put his whole energy into the team. And that's why he's had a terrific season. But the game was on the line, and we were struggling scoring, and we were throwing it to Tresnick, and they were doubling him. And Mook was having a tough time finishing. We said, we got to go to Scott. And Scott came through, and he had a good look in his eye. So I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Especially with what he's meant to our team and our program. To see him step up and make those shots.
You know, I asked Scott this as well. You've lost 5 straight games to Missoula, but do you think that you figured out how to play there in the second half and that earlier this season?
You know, I don't know. Every year is different. It's hard to say. You know, you lose 5 straight up. I didn't know we lost 5 straight. Thanks for reminding me of that. I don't worry about numbers and all that, but every year is so different. You know, what the teams did 3 years ago has no effect on this team because those guys didn't play. And a lot of these guys didn't play last year in the tournament up there. So, you know, everybody wants to talk about, they didn't. It's totally different. So, but I do think this year, when we played up there, it's not that we figured out how to play. We played really hard up there. We played really tough. And we played really stupid. And we spread out. We kind of played into their hands defensively. We spread out. We let Cherry get going. And but we gave ourselves an opportunity to win. So I don't think there's, you know, I don't even want to talk about playing Montana. Because to be honest with you, I don't know. I want to be there, you know. So I'm glad we're going up to play. I'm wired a little bit different. I'm a little sick sometimes. I don't mind going up there and playing. I love the challenge. I tell our kids all the time, the bigger the challenge, the more I love it. We got a big challenge, so we're going to go attack it. I'm not going to worry about playing Montana until hopefully we get the opportunity.
You got NAU, I guess, opening. How much did that overtime win of it down there, showing your team that they have to not overlook NAU, will play into the way?
Well, if they don't have our attention, there's something wrong with us. Because we had to obviously fight like crazy just to get out of there with the win. And they played really, really well. And there were some things that we've got to do better. But obviously, that's going to be a tough ball game. I mean, you get into tournament situations, anything can happen. And, so one thing I would hope and I would guess is that team's going to have our attention. And our guys are going to know we're going to have to play really good basketball to get by them. And obviously, from Northern Arizona standpoint, they're going to be confident. They're going to feel like, hey, we can do this. So it's going to make for a good first-round matchup. Good first-round game.
Kind of an unexpected night from Harvey tonight. I mean, averaging 6 points a game, comes in here and starts lighting it up.
You know what, though? He's been averaging, his last 4 games, he's averaging 19 a game. He didn't play much early in the season, and that's why his average is down. But he had 17 at Idaho State. He had 22, 22, and 19. So he had really been starting to heat it up. And he was one of our guys we wanted to focus on. He still got 17. But he's a good player. He didn't play much in our first game because they had another guard on their team. After our game, they released that guard and got rid of him. And they decided to put this kid in. And he's a good player, and he played well. But he'd been playing well. So he's got a good future.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Congratulations.